I feel like so far this season in general, we have had plenty of Void and plenty of Solar builds just because of the flat out survivability on those two subclasses. Whether it be you're on Titan, Hunter, or Warlock, Void and Solar have run the show for a long time. That's why I feel like bringing in a new Strand build every once in a while is going to do great, at least just to allow you to use other builds that are still viable and can still do some crazy things on their own. And what we will be talking about today and going over is the Synthoceps combined with the Berserker's Strand subclass on your Titan. Now moving straight into our abilities, aspects, and fragments. For your abilities, you can run whatever you want. However, for your aspect, you need to make sure you are running Flechette Storm along with Into the Fray. And the main thing I want to talk about with this build is Flechette Storm and how much damage Flechette Storm actually can do. Because I feel like not a lot of people actually unlocked this aspect when it first came out and tried it out. However, I was one of those people and I realized right away that this aspect does quite a bit of damage, especially if you combine it with a Tractor Cannon debuff and Synthoceps. However, moving on to Into the Fray, destroying a Tangle or casting your super grants Woven Mail for nearby allies. While you have Woven Mail, your melee regeneration rate is increased. This is mainly for the melee regeneration rate while we have Woven Mail. And as for our fragments, we have Thread of Warding, Thread of Generation, Thread of Transmutation, and Thread of Fear. Thread of Warding is going to give us Woven Mail whenever we pick up an Orb of Power. This does give us -10 resilience, but that is fine. Also with Thread of Generation, dealing damage with grenades grants grenade energy. This is just so that we have our stun ability. Since we are not using our barricade to send out that thread wave, suspending anything it touches, we are going to make sure that we have our grenade for our main suspending ability. As for Thread of Transmutation, while you have Woven Mail, weapon final blows create a Tangle. Then last but not least, Thread of Fury, damaging targets with a Tangle grants melee energy. So we are heavily basing our build already in the subclass off of melee regeneration and grenade regeneration. And of course, since we are on Strand, Woven Mail as well. My armor mods are all right here, as well as my artifact mods, so make sure that you go ahead and copy and paste these. Strand Siphon, obviously for that orb power whenever we use our Strand weapons. Hands on for that extra super energy. Since we are using our melee a lot, we also have double melee kickstart along with heavy handed to create an orb of power whenever we get a melee kill. Then on our chest, we have our resistance mods. On our legs, we have recuperation and double invigoration. And then last but not least, on our class item, we have powerful attraction. Just that way, whenever we use our class ability and we are weak, we can get Woven Mail right away and activate recuperation and getting health, as long as there are orbs nearby. Of course, double outreach, reducing our melee cooldown each time we use our class ability. So very heavy into melee regeneration, as I was saying in the subclass. For our artifact mods, make sure that you have the authorized Strand mods on, authorized melee mods on, improved unraveling for that extra unraveling damage dealt, deeper origins, Strand Soldier, and Origin Homes. These are all going to help your overall damage and survivability, so make sure you have them on. As for my stats, since they are right here on screen, I'm trying to get a triple 10 on resilience, discipline, and strength. So if you can go triple 10 on resilience, discipline, and strength, that is your best bet for this build. And one more thing I wanted to talk about also is weapons that you should use with this build. Obviously, the first one is Tractor Cannon. To get that extra debuff on an enemy, what you want to do is just slide right up next to them. After you get your Tractor Cannon shot, just activate your melee right after the Tractor Cannon shot goes off. That will throw you up into the air, allowing you to activate your Flechette Storm. However, other weapons I wanted to go over are honestly, if you have any Strand weapon with Pugilist on it, it is going to do great with this build because one, you will have unraveling rounds because you will have Woven Mail 24/7. And with our artifact mods, it's just going to make our weapons that are Strand a little bit stronger. Quicksilver is also very good for this build. However, if you are trying to get that extra damage off while you have Woven Mail, you want to make sure that you have a Tractor Cannon, so you're not going to waste your primary slot on an exotic. You're just going to pull out whatever Strand weapon you have with Pugilist on it. And then of course, for a special weapon, run anything that hits hard, anything that can do some damage with the Tractor Cannon debuff, such as a fusion rifle, maybe even a grenade launcher or shotgun. But I like fusion rifles just because you can stay a little bit farther away and still do the same damage after you get that tractor cannon. Now that is basically it for the build, everyone. I hope you all enjoy this video, and if this video does help you out, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help me out to push out more videos and just make more content in general. As always, before I get out of here, I hope you all appreciate everything and everyone you have around you. Have a great day. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next